Ablasify presents Building Trust Through Openness and Transparency. Have you ever worked for someone who kept you in the dark? They made decisions behind closed doors, shared information only when forced, and left you guessing. How did it feel? Distrustful, demotivating, maybe even unsafe. Now think of a leader who was open, someone who shared the why behind decisions, admitted when things weren't perfect, and kept communication flowing. Didn't that make you want to give them your best? That's the power of transparency. When leaders are open, trust grows. And where trust grows, performance follows. Today, we'll explore how you can build trust through openness and transparency. Welcome to Ablasify, the channel where we help leaders turn honesty into influence. Because leadership isn't about keeping control, it's about creating trust. So, how do you actually practice transparency without oversharing or losing authority? Let's break it down into 6 practical steps. 1. Explain the why, not just the what. When you announce a change or decision, don't stop at the surface. Share the reasoning behind it. People might not love every decision, but they'll respect it if they understand why it was made. Think of Simon Sinek's famous line, "People don't buy what you do, they buy why you do it." The same applies in leadership. 2. Share information early, not last minute. Transparency is about timing. If you wait until the rumor mill has already exploded, your honesty won't feel real. It'll feel reactive. Get ahead of it. Share updates, even when they're incomplete. It builds credibility. 3. Admit when you don't know. Leaders don't need to have all the answers. Saying, "I don't know yet, but I'll find out," is far more powerful than bluffing. Vulnerability builds trust faster than fake certainty ever will.
I used to work under a CEO who would never admit uncertainty. He always had an answer, even when it wasn't accurate. Over time, we stopped trusting him. Later, I joined a smaller company where the founder said openly, "I don't know what's going to happen with this market shift, but here's what we're exploring." That honesty was refreshing. We didn't need perfection, we needed truth. And because of it, we trusted his leadership completely.
4. Create two-way transparency. Openness isn't just about you sharing down, it's about building a culture where your team feels safe to share up. Ask for honest feedback. Celebrate it when people point out blind spots. 5. Balance transparency with sensitivity. Being open doesn't mean dumping raw, unfiltered info. Share what people need to know, framed with care. For example, instead of, "We might lose our biggest client," try, "We're facing some risk with this client, and here's how we're preparing." Transparency without wisdom creates panic. Transparency with wisdom builds trust. 6. Keep promises or explain why they change. Nothing destroys transparency faster than broken commitments. If you can't keep a promise, acknowledge it. Say, "We planned X, but here's why it shifted." Owning the change keeps the trust alive.
My manager once promised me a promotion within 6 months. At month 6, it didn't happen. But instead of avoiding me, he sat me down and explained. Budgets were frozen, but he was still committed to my growth. He showed me the new timeline and what we'd focus on in the meantime. I didn't feel betrayed. I felt respected. That honesty kept me motivated. Without it, I probably would have left.
Now imagine a workplace where your team doesn't waste energy worrying about what's happening behind the scenes. Instead, they trust you to keep them informed. That's what openness does. It frees people from uncertainty so they can focus on doing their best work. And it makes you the kind of leader people want to follow, not because they have to, but because they choose to. So here's your challenge. This week, identify one area where your team feels left in the dark. Maybe it's company goals, maybe project updates, maybe career paths. Share more than you usually would. Watch how quickly trust starts to grow. If this video gave you ideas, share it with another leader who wants to build trust in their team. And don't forget to subscribe to Ablasify for more tools on leadership, growth, and authentic communication. And turn on notifications so you don't miss what's next. Thanks for watching. We'll see you in the next video.